You are not just a brain, you are the one experiencing the brain right now. You're listening to my voice, and you know you're listening. That knowing, that awareness, is the most intimate, undeniable fact of your life. Science can measure brainwaves, scan neurons, and record electrical pulses, but no scientist has ever opened up a brain and found a thought, a memory, or the you that's aware of it all. Could it be that this awareness isn't just a biological glitch, but the very breath of the divine? Neuroscience has advanced incredibly. We can track how light hitting your eyes activates specific brain regions. We know what parts of the brain fire when you remember your first kiss. We can even control robotic arms with brain signals. But here's the unsolved problem, called the hard problem of consciousness. Even if we map every neuron perfectly, we still can't explain why all this electrical activity produces a subjective experience. Think about this. Your phone processes information millions of times faster than your brain. But does your phone know it exists? Does it feel anything? No. So why do you feel joy, sadness, curiosity? If we are just complex machines, why is there an inner movie playing? The one only you can see. Here's where quantum physics shakes the ground under our feet. In the double-slit experiment, scientists found something bizarre. When electrons aren't being observed, they behave like waves, existing in many possible states at once. The moment they're observed, they choose a definite position, acting like particles. This raises an unsettling question. Is it the act of measurement that changes reality, or the act of conscious observation? Some interpretations, like the von Neumann-Wigner hypothesis, suggest consciousness plays a direct role in collapsing the quantum wave function. If so, consciousness isn't just in our heads, it's a fundamental force of the universe. As real as gravity, you don't just live in reality. Reality happens because you're aware of it. Let's explore some real-world experiences that make the link between consciousness and something beyond biology hard to ignore. Have you ever realized you were dreaming, and suddenly taken control? You can fly, change scenery, even create entire cities in seconds. If your mind can create an entire universe when you sleep, what if this waking reality is just another layer of a much greater dream? One dreamed by a divine mind. Thousands of people who were clinically dead describe eerily similar experiences, floating above their bodies, seeing loved ones who have passed, traveling through a tunnel toward a bright, loving light. If the brain was completely offline, what was experiencing these visions? Could the mind or soul exist independently of the body? Take 2 pills. One is real medicine, one is sugar. If you believe both are medicine, both can heal you. Your belief, your mind, changes your physical body. That's the placebo effect. That's consciousness shaping matter. Have you ever noticed that when you know you're being watched, you act differently? Now, magnify that idea. If the universe itself is watching through consciousness, maybe the fabric of reality behaves differently because it's being perceived. Across cultures and faiths, life is described as coming from a divine breath or spark. Christianity, God breathes life into Adam. Hinduism, the Atman, your true self, is eternal and part of Brahman, the ultimate reality. Islam and Sufism, the soul is a reflection of divine light, placed within you. These traditions don't just say life is a chemical accident, they claim consciousness is a gift from beyond time and space. What if science is only studying the hardware, while the software, the soul, comes from somewhere else entirely? Many scientists believe we'll eventually explain consciousness as an emergent property of complex brains. Maybe once we fully understand neural networks, the mystery will disappear. But here's the counter-argument. Even if you explain how the brain processes data, that doesn't explain why it feels like something to process it. No equation has ever predicted joy or love, or curiosity. It's like explaining the mechanics of a piano without explaining the music. Panpsychism proposes that consciousness isn't an accident, it's a fundamental property of the universe. Just like every particle has mass, maybe every particle has a tiny flicker of awareness. From atoms to galaxies, everything might be part of one vast, interconnected mind. If that's true, then your awareness isn't yours alone, it's the universe waking up, in your eyes. You are not a body carrying a brain. You are an observer, the experiencer of this reality. Science can measure neurons, but it can't measure you. So, are we conscious because our brains make us so? Or, do we have brains so that the divine can experience itself, through us? If consciousness is the breath of God, then every thought, every feeling, every heartbeat is a prayer in motion. The ultimate question is, when you look within, are you seeing yourself, or the infinite looking back? This is beyond Newton.